It's gonna be a fine day today. I can see. It's gonna be a fine day today. I can see. Gonna be a fine day today for you and me. It's gonna be a fine day today. Just wait and see. Blue skies everywhere. Believe you me. It's gonna be a fine day today for you and me. Oh, now baby, I know I've done you wrong. I only meant trouble for so long. But baby, all that crazy is on the bus. And today it's gonna be a good day for us. Oh. Whoa. Now, baby, I know I done you wrong. I only meant trouble for so long. But baby, all that crazy is on the bus. And the day it's gonna be a fine day for us. 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 Now, baby, I swear today will be a fine day for us. Oh, I said, baby, I swear today will be a fine day for us. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nate Manahan, and it is time for the office hours. It's Labor Day, September 1st. It's not really actually Labor Day, but September 1st, Labor Day weekend. We have started September, and it is time to find out what the Labor Day traditions are in Colorado and northern Indiana. On the left-hand side of the screen is Jenny Rickel, our trainer from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Jenny, how are things, and any Labor Day traditions in the Rickel household?
You guys are gonna laugh. I always have a big race in September, so I always have big runs on this weekend. So I like to run on Labor Day weekend. It's what I do. And I'm actually looking forward to it. And I love the 3-day weekend because then I get to do some really hard work and then rest, right? I get that extra day to just kind of recoup. And then I'm really ready for the week to get started and hit the ground running again.
I love it. Well, you know, it's good to have traditions, and it's good to be consistent sometimes. Mike Stetzel, how about you on your Labor Day traditions? Anything exciting for you?
Dang it. We are always the compare and contrast trainers here. We typically have some folks over and have a party this year. It's going to be special. It is my son-in-law Zane's 30th birthday, so they're inviting their friends. We're inviting a few of our friends, and we're going to hang out here all day and into the evening on Sunday. Tomorrow, this has been a tradition for about 4 years now, is the chicken sale for my daughter's dance troupe at Deb Collier's School of Dance. Come see us if you're local, 10 a.m. JB's Furniture. I don't think anybody's local, but so yeah, that is really what we do. We usually have a get together somewhere and chicken sale.
Hey, that's beautiful. And, you know, that's always a good time for a cookout. I'll go to the farmer's market tomorrow morning and get as much good things to serve up over the weekend.
Mhm.
And Sunday we're having, it won't probably be our last time, but this summer my 3 youngest and I have taken up disc golf. And so we've been hitting multiple, and so we're going to go to one slightly further away this Sunday, which is about a 30-minute drive. There's about 18 courses that are around that range. And so we've been kind of hitting different courses, and my elbow feels it, I'm just going to say. But
I was going to say, are you good at disc golf now, Nate, is the question. How you doing over there on that?
Well, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. When we first started out, we have there's one that at a Northwest Way Park, but it's about 5 minutes from the house. And so we get there, and we didn't realize it was the hardest of the ones until I bought all these discs, and we kept losing them in the woods. We're getting better, and we haven't lost one, and knock on wood, for the last several rounds. So we're good. So we're getting better.
Improvement,
And
right?
this last time, This last time we didn't play extra holes to win it. My oldest son, my 17-year-old, and I tied. That was the first time we tied. So I'm getting better in my competitiveness to beat my young athletic 17-year-old. So that is the role. So, all right, it is time. Jenny Rickle, are you ready to give us a tip to help our partners, make things a little smoother? What's the tip today, Jenny? And I'll bring up the screen when you're ready.
Absolutely. Let's talk about conditional approval today, guys. So my tip is really just to know what these are, set the expectations, and really just keep them on your radar. So what Nate is showing right now is the screenshot of the Payments Hub portal. So you'll see they're color coded. Yellow is pending, right? We need something before we can approve the account. Green is approved. They're activated, ready to go. And blue is that approved conditional. We have approved them and sent out the equipment. However, they will not receive any of their funding until whatever is missing has been remedied. So it could be anything from email address. Perhaps it's going to be a voided check because we weren't able to verify their banking information. I also see these for identity verification as well, right? It's not uncommon today for people to put blocks on their identity when we pull their credit. So the tip is to make sure that you set the expectation with the merchant if they don't have a voided check, right? Banking information is always a big culprit. Just let them know, hey, I don't need your voided check or bank statement now. However, I might need to come back and provide this documentation for banking verification at a later point. So just make sure to set that expectation. I feel like sometimes when we're trying to set the deal, we try to make it as easy as possible and kind of tiptoe around anything that might come up in the future. So just really set the tone, set the expectation, and get the information correct from the first time, like the email address and everything, to help go through these smoothly, have that conditional approval removed, and then get the merchant processing and funded in a fast manner.
And I'm the worst at reading emails and sometimes going a little too fast. And you see the word approval and you get all excited. But just take an extra second and just make sure you didn't see that word conditional next to that word approval. That means there's a couple of little small steps, usually quick things you need to do. I think that's really helpful for our partners. Now it's time, Mr. Stetzel, for our tool of the week. You're not the tool, you're bringing the tool. Here you go, Mr. Stetzel. What is your tool of the week?
Thank you for the clarification. Today, the tool of the week I want to discuss today is the prohibited, dang it, it's called something different, but it's the prohibited and restricted list, or it's called restricted and prohibited. The easiest way I go find it is on MyPayProTech and type in the word restricted. And on this several page document, you will see lists of what are basically types of merchants, a description of the merchant, and then which bank we work with that on. If it's blank, that means we work with it. There's no restrictions. If there's other notes, it's going to tell you that it is restricted and we would need bank concurrence. It's restricted only to card present business, things like that. Or it may say prohibited. There are several things on there that are prohibited. But as you all know from getting our relationship with Fresno Bank, we were able to add several things, debt collection, things like that, that we didn't have before. And I think you'll see very soon another opportunity to add more to this list. So if you want to read it, I like reading it every now and then just to get familiar with what we do and what things might be restricted. I think most of them are common sense, and other ones, I don't know if anybody's ever considered them, but travel agents can be difficult to get approved because there is quite a length of time that goes by from when I pay for my trip and actually get to take my trip. So there's a lot of extra due diligence necessary to make sure that that travel agent is financially able to handle chargebacks and things like that that may occur during that time. But it just gives you some of those details. I won't spoil it all for you.
Yeah, we don't want to take out the fun of being able to read that multiple page document. Really, most of the things. A lot of times when you're dealing with if you're a person that deals mostly to low risk and you occasionally are going to jump in and do something, it's helpful to know where to pull that quickly, look up that and just kind of make sure you understand what they're going to ask for, and certainly reach out to your relationship manager and help figure that out. Those are things that, just being a little proactive will help us out just a little bit in making sure you have the right solution there. All right, it is time. I said the word solution. It's time for me to bring my solution of the week. And let me get back over here to I'm going to bring up, I'll just bring up the screen. And it is, we need to take this down. It's the back to school. It's over, guys. The promotion's over. I'm sorry. So we'll take that down. But over here on the right-hand side, last time I talked about PayTrace, and we did upload some new product demos and places where you can do some things to be able to do it. And also ChargeZoom. That's a second. There are two things in the B2B world that you really, really need to know. If you're going to sell to B2B, if you're going to sell in places where they're living in the net 15, net 30, net 60, 90-day world where they're sending invoices and just waiting and chasing payments all the time. And it's a stressful world. And they usually have a system that works. And a lot of times it's working out of their ERM software, which some of their enterprise risk management software, they're trying to do all these things. And well, we have ways for them to collect those payments. And it's a great way, whether it's ChargeZoom or PayTrace. Those are the two-headed thing that you really should know about. And you represent, I forget the number, but it's in the trillions of dollars that are being processed in these spaces where people are sending out invoices or doing recurring billing, and you have a great tool and opportunity with all those. That is my solution of the week. And now,
Yes.
it's Jenny Rickel. It's time for our final word as we finish up for our September 1st, 2023. Jenny, what is your final word?
Final words. I would say, you guys, just remember, all growth depends on activity. So it's so nice when you get this long weekend and you got to take the cookouts and the breaks and stuff, but just stay consistent with selling, getting out there, keeping your marketing materials up to date. There's lots of opportunities out there. With the Deja Vu, the Valor, like we have so many opportunities out there. So really just keep on moving, keep on grooving, keep on growing out there for PaperTech.
All right. Well, on that, if you're watching live, the few of you are watching over Labor Day weekend, those who watch in the future, thank you. We're so thankful you continue. It's evergreen. This stuff doesn't change all that often. But if it's Labor Day weekend, happy Labor Day. We hope you have a wonderful time. Keep that activity moving, like Jenny said, but at the same time, maybe it's time to take a little break. But if you've been lazy for the last 3 weeks, start working on Monday. Make it Labor Day and just start going for it.
It's a matter of balance, right?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. On behalf of Jenny Rickel, Mike Stetzel, I'm Nate Manahan. It's time. We'll see you next time on Office Hours.
Bye,
See
guys.
ya.